Hi there, friends. How are you all doing today? I'm going to release the first part of a new video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share my video if you enjoyed it. Now let's get going. A town and a school are shown in the opening scene simultaneously. The teacher is then introduced to us. A voice approaches and poses a query. Since it's so simple, the teacher is focusing on a boy. Our female lead, who is staring at our second male lead, appears at the same moment. Have you thought about your hairstyle, Sungwoon? She asks herself. Her mouth, nose, and eyes all have a harmonious appearance on her face. She resembles a white fairy in every way. She has extremely white skin, resembling a novel character. Maybe it's in my nature, but I feel uneasy. She muses on her emotions. The Prince of Gold Soul, as he is affectionately called, is well known across the university. I long to resemble him. Her thoughts are interrupted by the teacher's voice. Hey, Sungwoon, were you sleeping? Proceed to find a solution to this issue. Nervous, Sungwoon gets to his feet and says, Surely, teacher, wait a minute. This is so easy, scolds the teacher. Have you not completed this chapter yet? Sungwoon finds it difficult to respond. The teacher then turns to face young Junyoung, our female protagonist, and says, Stand up and solve it. She approaches the board and solves the issue with ease. Her teacher gives her acclaim, saying, Well done. Continue to be the best in your class. This is absurd, Junyoung muses to herself. I only go to school and study, nothing more. Don't let your guard down. The teacher cautions her as she takes her seat again. She snaps back. Don't worry. A boy drops his books loudly in the meantime, making a lot of noise. After the teacher dismisses the class, everyone begins to converse. Everyone is asked to turn in their homework by the class monitor. Seung-woon blushes nervously and apologizes to Junyoung without explanation. With a fierce gaze, Junyoung tells him to move aside. Thinking to herself, I just want to study without distractions. She turns to leave. The scene changes to an evening when Junyoung finds a quiet, hidden house while out on her own. This is ideal for studying, she muses. When she cautiously opens the lock and sees someone else inside, it's Beom-jin, our second male lead. She tries to ignore him as she freezes in shock and gets to work on her studies. The silence is broken when Beom-jin asks if she enjoys ramen and if he should add eggs. They converse briefly, but Junyoung doesn't let it distract her from her studies. Junyoung muses over Beom-jin's existence. He is well known for coming from a family of gangsters. There are rumors that he had a difficult past. Despite being in the same class for a year, we have never spoken before. She's studying when she hears a noise and finds Beom-jin observing her. Surprised, she says sorry, believing it was his home. He explains that it's a deserted house and nonchalantly mentions he's there to rest. She chooses to remain and study even though she feels uncomfortable, understanding that there's no better environment for concentration. Afterward, Junyoung ascends the stairs and finds Beom-jin asleep. He abruptly opens his eyes and shocks her, leading her to tumble. He grabs her right on time, resulting in an awkward situation. Beom-jin grins and remarks, I take it you haven't been up here previously. The sales in this place are extremely low, hence the reason. Caution, the Beom-jin's hand is located in her room. However, she began to redden and weep extensively. It grows increasingly aggressive and she shoves Beom-jin. She exclaims, Keep your distance from me. Then Beom-jin, I preserved your life and you behave towards your rescuer like this? You're just like that. It is only then that Junyoung inquires, How do you know I used to come here to study? He responds, I witnessed it. The moon asks, When? Beom responds, When I got up yesterday, I noticed someone there at Twilight. I was seated, but upon seeing the bag, I assumed it was you and drifted off to sleep again. He departed. Junior then asks, Did you identify me by seeing my bag? Beom replies, You were seated right in front of me. Ultimately, I am a human being, so naturally I will acknowledge you. Junyoung wonders, is it possible to recognize someone merely by examining their bag? Beom-jin, if your aim is to utilize the bed, I can assist you immediately. But if you need the desk for something, please let me know. I require rest, and you need to focus on your studies, so it is important. Junyoung inquires, is this place just for you to rest? Beom-jin responds, indeed, dear. She replies, you can't simply rest here while on duty. Studying at home is also an option. Junyoung believes that perhaps Beom-jin is facing situations similar to hers. She inquires, are you an idiot? This is a vacant area. What if a person similar to us appears? That might occur, correct? Beom-jin, we require a locking mechanism. I'll purchase a new one if necessary. Junyoung concurs, believing it would be easier to use it by herself. However, Beom-jin, I informed you that there is no threat. Junyoung inquires, how do you find out? Beom-jin replies without words, stating, hand me the key. All right? Junyoung concurs, and they reach a mutual agreement. Beom-jin replies, okay, let's return to your world now. Junyoung wishes, I hope everything turns out well. She inquires, are you aware of my identity? Beom-jin responds, certainly, Janjun. Junyoung winces but continues to ponder. Beom-jin consistently holds the top position in class despite my struggles with academics. I'm not mentioning individuals I can't recall. She contemplates. At this moment, this is the optimal choice. We'll split the space. Beom-jin will take the second floor and I'll be on the first floor. Although we reside together in this vacant house, we avoid acknowledging one another at school. As time passes, Junyoung observes that Beom-jin frequently brings ramen and shares it. She believes he's a nice boy relative to what I anticipated. One day, while enjoying ramen together, Beom-jin accidentally splashes some on Junyoung. She shouts, you accomplished it. Just it again. Beom-jin advises, head home, clean it, and put on a different shirt. Junyoung replies, you're insane. Noticing this, he sets down his chopsticks and replies, all right, remove it. I will train it. Junyoung asks, what should I remove from you? What do you mean? What should I remove? What on earth are you talking about? Junyoung says, that shirt of yours? Hand it over to me. I spilled it on. Wait, remove it. Junior exclaims, you're insane. And after saying this, she leans her head against the wall. It crashes into Beom-jin, who then replies, seems like this has turned into your routine, sir. Junyoung says, quit hitting everything. Beom-jin removes his t-shirt and Junyoung responds, what are you up to? Don't say you're removing your shirt. Beom-jin claims, put this on. I've completed my meal, so I'll clean it and hand it to you. Junyoung asks, are you for real? Utilize a dishwasher to wash your hands. It will cause no damage. Beom-jin replies, no. If I tidy it up right away, everything will be fine. Would you like me to? Junyoung considers, should I manage this or not? She grabs the t-shirt and replies, thanks. He says, stay outside. She replies, sure, whatever you prefer, just let me know. Beom-jin slips on her t-shirt and remarks, I'm finished. You can come in now. She gives him his shirt and remarks, you mentioned you'd pass this to me, but will you calm me down? Are you going to reconsider your decision? She advises him, keep this to yourself. Beom-jin inquires, why are you quiet? Explain to me the reason? He leaves without uttering a word. Junyoung believes she will clean the shirt. She observes his physique and reflects, in terms of physicality, the stature is rather striking. Actually, he doesn't have a tattoo on his back, and his clothes emit a pleasant fragrance, just as I anticipated from him. Beom-jin, seeing her gaze, turns to her and asks, what are you up to? Junyoung hesitates and stutters, The ramen is extremely spicy. She flushes and replies, "Swap paper." "You put in too much water. Hand me the water." She was very red in the face, feeling embarrassed. Upon completing her studies, she realized that Beom-jin's wake-up time was astonishing. When she finished her studies, he stood up and inquired, "Are you headed home?" Junyoung replies, "Yes." She considers, "It's nearly as if he's a cat." He hands her the shirt and, "Here." She agrees, believing she didn't have to inform him she was leaving for home early while he was asleep. She felt anxious but understood it was unnecessary. As the scene changes, Beom-jin remarks, "If you're heading home, it's quite dark out there." Junyoung asks, "Are you referring to taking me home?" Beom-jin gazes at her intently and inquires, "Is that what you want?" She, "I carry a light with me." Beom-jin inquires, "Could you switch on this torch and display it to everyone?"